Sir,
Yes.
your class was visible today, sir. I think you kept it in open classroom, no, sir?
Yes.
If you keep in that, it will be visible, sir.
Oh, okay. That means actually, if we are without enroll means many other students gets entered. Okay. So in the attendance report,
Sir, you can restrict it, sir. Like allowing, you can keep, no, sir.
no. Actually,
You
they
can
will enter directly. Okay. So that is the reason. Anyway, if it is visible means I can go for anyway, today we will check the attendance report and we'll see how many are there in the report, so that we'll come to know.
Okay, sir.
If it is visible means let's see, maybe after the class I will inform. Okay.
Fine, sir.
Right.
You inform in the group, sir, once.
Okay, fine. No problem.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್
Okay then.
ಹೇಳ ಅಂತ
Right. So I think we were discussing about the natural product, more particularly monoterpenoids. Okay. So I think these two, okay, citral, more particularly beta citral and alpha citral, okay, both are isolated from the lemongrass oil. And linalool, it is the one which is present in coriander oil. And limonene, it is present in citrus fruits. And parasamine means so without this group, this is called isopropyl group. So without isopropyl group, this moiety is called toluene. Okay. So if the toluene is contains a isopropyl group at the para position, then it's called parasamine. And it is present in oil of cumin. Okay. And so with this I will go to the next right. I will go to the next slide. Okay, I have to go to next slide. Now it will come. Right. So alpha terpineal. Okay. Alpha terpineal means you should remember that the hydroxy group should be 8th position. Okay. This position is called 8th position. And this position is called 4 position. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is 8. So 8 hydroxy one is called the alpha terpineal, and there should be a double bond in here. And this will be the 4 terpineal. So alpha terpineal is important because it is present in cardamom. Okay, it is isolated from the cardamom oil, and this one is carvone. Okay, and maybe you can observe that there is a double bond here, and a ketone group. So with this, I will go to the next slide. So this is alpha pinene. Okay, this is obtained from the pine tree. Okay, and alpha means if there is a double bond here, it's alpha. If the double bond is hexocyclic, then it's called beta. Okay, alpha pinene and beta pinene. So this regarding alpha pinene and pinene structural elucidation also we will discuss at the end. Then car 3 okay, that means 1, 2, 3. Okay, the third position there is a double bond. Okay, then car 2 so second position there is a double bond, and this is a camphor. Okay, so camphor is obtained from camphor tree. Okay, more particularly, and first time it is isolated from the Iceland of Japan. Okay, and then Borneal. Okay, so Borneal, and what is the difference between Borneal and camphor? So you can observe that here the Borneal hydroxy group is there, and camphor there is a ketonic group. That is the difference. That means oxidized part on oxidation, Borneal on oxidation, we will get a camphor. And then if we are looking into the, so Borneal and this one, okay, both are same. But when, of course, you know that the representation, conformational analysis. So when you are writing a conformational form of Borneal, so you should remember that hydroxy should be in the axial position. Okay, hydroxy should be in the actual position. That's what you need to write when you are writing a conformational conformer of Borneal. And this one is a bicyclic compound to Jane. And just you can difference between, you can find the difference between these two. Okay, maybe both are exocyclic only, but the position is different. This is Sabini and this is Tujain. And with this, I will go to the next slide. This one is farnesol. Okay, this is of our interest. And this is obtained from the farnesene. Farnesene means there is no hydroxy group, and farnesol means there is a hydroxy group. And what you can observe, okay, so what you can observe, the difference between, and you need to count the number of carbon atom present here, and it is a 15 carbon atom one. So 15 carbon atom one means it's a sesquiterpenoid. Okay, this also a sesquiterpenoid, this also a sesquiterpenoid, and alpha bisabalin. Okay, so this is also a one more sesquiterpenoid, and zingaberine. Okay, this is also a one more terpenoid, more particularly a sesquiterpenoid. Sesquiterpenoid means a 15 carbon atom containing one. And you can observe that you need to say, for example, if I'm giving a farnesol and asking you to identify the isoprene units, so then what you can say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, up to this is one isoprene units, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to this. Up to this is another isoprene units, and the remaining is one more isoprene unit. So you can find 3 isoprene units, and that means 3 isoprene units joined in head to tail fashion, forming farnesol. It's a sesquiterpenoid. Similarly, this is also a sesquiterpenoid. This is also a sesquiterpenoid. Why I am talking about farnesol? Because we are discussing more about the farnesol. So with this, I will go to the next slide. Okay, next slide. Next slide. I have to go for a next slide. Okay, now it will come. So next slide, cadylene. Okay, this is also a sesquiterpenoid, and you can observe that this is the beta small. Okay, beta means alpha means away from the observer, beta means this group. Okay, this group is towards the observer is called beta. Okay, and this small is isolated from the eucalyptus. Okay, I think you can find more number of trees in and around our place. Okay, more particularly not in the city, maybe in the outside the city. Eucalyptus, I think you are aware about this. So edesmal is obtained from the eucalyptus. Then Ivema 14. Okay, this is also a one more sesquiterpene. So with this, I will go to the next one, santonin. Okay, so this is again santonin. It is a terpenoid. So more particularly, you can just look into the. It is obtained from the Asteraceae. Okay, it is found in Asia. Okay, and santonin is obtained from the Asteraceae. And what is that? Abiotic acid. So this is obtained from the resin of some plants. Okay, so it's a diterpenoid. You can count that 20 carbon atoms are present here. It's a diterpenoid. Of course, this is also a diterpenoid. So then with this, I will go to the one more. It's called squalene. Okay, this is maybe you can. This is 1 ring, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rings. Okay, it this rearranges into a 5-ring fused compound. Okay, you will come to know that in a later stage. Okay, this is one more, and it is a triterpenoid. Okay, this is a triterpenoid. And then, so with this, I will go to the next slide. So next slide, I'm taking a synthesis of terpenoids, more particularly a monoterpenoids. So first one, I'm taking linalool, and you know that it is present in coriander oil. So of course, it's also present in coriander leaf. So how this can be synthesized and why we need to synthesize? That is again a big question. So we need to synthesize because suppose if the compound, more particularly, you can consider that linalool itself, if I want it in kg level or tons level, then I should find a synthetic method to synthesize. Why? Because so if you want to isolate a 1 kg of linalool from the natural coriander leaf, it may require tons of coriander leaves. So that is the reason, in order to get the compound in large quantity to meet the market demand, so one should look for a synthesis. So that the synthesis is of our interest as per the syllabus. So the linalool can be synthesized starting from acetone. Okay, this is a acetone. Acetone is a solvent, and you know that it's a ketone functional group containing one. So ketone means carbonyl group. Carbonyl group means carbon is the electron deficient one. Nucleophile can attack. So here acetylene, you know that this proton is acidic. This proton can be attacked by the base. What will happen? Ammonia will go out, and there will be a forming an anion on this carbon. This anion will attack the electron deficient carbon, and this one picks up a proton. That is how nucleophilic substituted product is obtained. So this obtained nucleophilic substitution product, when it is treated with lithium aluminum hydride. So lithium aluminum hydride is a reducing agent. It will act as a source of hydrogen, and you know that the hydrogen so here triple bond is converted into double bond. So more particularly, one more reagent used for the conversion of a triple bond to double bond is called Lindblad catalyst. Okay, Lindblad catalyst is the most suitable for the conversion of triple bond to double bond. Okay, then what will happen? Here the lithium aluminum hydride is used, and okay, and what will happen? Have obtained one is a double bond. So then at this stage, when it is treated with hallucinating agent, so usually hallucinating agent means it should replace the hydroxy group with the bromide. But this one is the not only a hydroxy group, it also a enol is present. Enol. So because of the presence of enol, what will happen? Br minus will attack this carbon. So Br minus will attack this carbon. Then this bonded pair is coming over, and this bond pair will move over. So that is how a prenyl. Okay, this is called bromide. More particularly, what you can say that allylic bromide. Allylic means CH2 when it is attached to a double bond is called a allylic bromide. More particularly, okay, one more name is there for this. Maybe you can check with what is the other name. Maybe something like prenyl bromide, PRENYL. Maybe check with that, but you can say that it's a allylic bromide. So at this stage, what will happen when it is treated with ethyl acetoacetate? So ethyl acetoacetate means this one, ethyl aceto, this group, ethyl acetoacetate. So what will happen? Ethyl acetoacetate, this proton is acidic in nature. This can be captured by the base, and there will be a forming an anion. So that anion attacks this carbon, and Br minus will go out. So that is how. So that is how a nucleophilic substitution product is obtained like this. So this on heating, okay, more particularly this on heating. So what will happen? Of course, both the things. Okay, this means up to this one can carry out in one reaction. That means so one can take here itself ethyl acetoacetate in presence of ethanol and KOH as the base. So initially what will happen? There will be a formation of anion that will attack this carbon, and this will go out. So That means it will form a product, nucleophilic substitution product in a room temperature. Afterwards, when you are heating it, okay, on heating, what will happen? This ester, okay, this ester converted into acid, okay. So later on, acid undergoes decarboxylation, and this one picks up a proton. So the obtained one is intermediate like this. So this one, when it is treated with ethine in presence of sodamide, this is called a sodamide, and it's a base. So sodamide, it will capture a proton from here, forms an anion of ethine. That anion attack this electron deficient carbon, and this will picks up a proton. So that is how a product is obtained like this. So, and then what will happen? So this triple bond is converted into double bond just by treating with the sodium in moist ether. So I think you are aware about the sodium in liquor ammonia is called Birch reduction. So here sodium will act as a source of electron. Okay, this sodium supplies the electron, and the triple bond is converted into double bond. Why moist? Moist will act as a source of proton. So that is how a double bond is converted into triple bond is converted into double bond, and the name of this compound is linalool. So this is how linalool is obtained, starting with the acetone. So maybe if you want to say that acetone and ethine, when it is treated with sodium sodamide, it will give you a compound, obtained compound on reduction, so gives a intermediate. The obtained one on treating with the hallucinating agent phosphorus tribromide, it gives hallylic bromide. The hallylic bromide undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction with ethyl acetoacetate. On heating, gives a intermediate. That intermediate on treatment with ethine in presence of sodamide gives a precursor. The precursor on treating with sodium in moist ether gives linalool. Okay, this is about the method of preparation or synthesis of linalool, starting with acetone and ethine. So with this, I will go to the next one. So next is the method 2. I think now you know that the preparation of intermediate a compound like this. So this on treating with vinyl magnesium chloride. So vinyl magnesium chloride means a double bond. Okay, double bond MgCl. This double bond MgCl can attack this carbon, and this can pick up a proton. Linalool is obtained. So in one step, it is able to it is possible to prepare a linalool compound. So this is one more method, and it is a quite easy method. But if they are asking you to synthesize the linalool starting with the acetone, then you have to write this one. And this is for the more marks, 4 marks question. And this for this, they cannot give a 4 marks, maybe the 2 marks one. This can be used. And I will go for a one more monoterpenoid, that is alpha terphenyl, and it is found in cardamom oil. So how this can be synthesized, starting with I think you know that this is methyl group, more particularly paramethyl, and this one is benzoic acid. What is the name of what is the taulic acid? Okay, toluic acid means this is only. So toluene contains a carboxylic acid. One is called para-toluic acid. This is only. So what will happen? A para-toluic acid, when it is treated with sulfuric acid, you know that sulfonation. Okay. So here the two groups are there. Okay. One is electron withdrawing group. Another one is electron releasing group. So electron withdrawing group direct the incoming group to the meta position. And then what is that? Electron releasing group like alkyl group direct the incoming group to the ortho position and para position. Since the para position is already occupied, then this position is the more preferable one for the electrophilic attack. So what will happen here? When a para-toluic acid is treated with sulfuric acid, it contains sulfonium ion. Okay, the sulfonium ion means it's a electrophile. The sulfonium ion attacks at the ortho position, forms a para-toluene, maybe how you can name. So 1, okay, and then 2, 3, 4, okay. So then 2-methyl, 4-carboxy, benzene sulfonic acid is the obtained one. That benzene sulfonic acid one, when it is treated with KOH, SO3H is replaced by OH. That is how a product is obtained. The obtained product is hydroxymethyl benzoic acid. The obtained hydroxymethyl benzoic acid, when it is treated with sodium in ethanol, so this is again a kind of Birch reduction. So what you need to do, I think you are familiar with the Birch reduction. So try to write the mechanism for the conversion of hydroxymethyl benzoic acid to hydroxymethyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid. So what you need to do, you take it as an assignment or homework, whatever it is. You try to write the mechanism for the conversion of hydroxymethyl benzoic acid to hydroxymethyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid. So what will happen initially? Briefly, I will explain it. So this will give electron to this carbon. So then what will happen? This bond pair is coming over here. This bond pair picks up a proton. So that is how a dihydro, okay, dihydrobenzene compound is obtained. So later stage, that dihydro is converted. You know that this is the enol one. The lone pair or the bond pair can come over here and this picks up a proton. So that time only the double bond was there. That double bond further reduced by sodium in ethanol. So you can write this mechanism for the conversion of a hydroxymethyl benzoic acid to hydroxymethyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid. It follows a Birch reduction mechanism. So then the obtained hydroxy group, this is a hydroxymethyl group. This hydroxymethyl group, when it is treated with a brominating agent, okay, when it is treated with a brominating agent. Here, what is the brominating agent? Here, what is the brominating agent? Here, the brominating agent is hydrogen bromide. So hydrogen bromide, more particularly a compound called more 40%, 48% one. So what is the role? The role of HBr is to convert a hydroxy group into a Br. Then what will happen? So this Br, when it is treated with pyridine, so pyridine is a base. On heating, so undergoes dehydrohalogenation. So one proton from here and the Br from here. So go out, HBr is going out, there will be a formation of double bond. So that is how a double bond is formed. So this one, when it is treated with ethanol in presence of acid. So acid may be a 1 or 2 drops of sulfuric acid. So what will happen? Even one can take PTSA also. So PTSA means para-toluene sulfonic acid. So you know that the conversion of acid into a ester, acid to ester, it is possible with the, and this process is called esterification. So this acid is converted into ester when it is treated with ethanol in presence of H plus. Then what will happen? Ester is obtained. The ester, when it is treated with a Grignard reagent, so what will happen? CH3 minus attack carbonyl carbon, and ethoxy group will go out, forming initially a ketone. So then if you are using a excess amount of methyl magnesium bromide, one more CH3 minus attack ketone, forming an alcohol. So this is how the alpha terpineol is obtained, starting with the paratolic acid. This is about the synthesis or preparation of alpha terpineol. So with this, I will go to the next slide. Next slide. Okay, now it will come. Right. So phenol, okay. Phenol is again another monoterpenoid. So it is found in the oil of phenol. Okay, I think you know what is the meaning of phenol. And if you want to synthesize this, starting with a 5-membered ring, more particularly cyclopentanone. Okay, and of course this is a substituted one. So 1, 2, 3, 3-methyl cyclopentanone ethyl carboxylate. So when this one is treated with zinc in bromo, this one, what is the name of this compound? Zinc, of course, it's a metal, and bromo CH2CO2 He. How you can name this one? This is the functional group, and this carbon is called alpha carbon, alpha bromo. Okay, ethyl acetate. Okay, name of this compound is called alpha bromo ethyl acetate. So what will happen? Okay, this kind of reactions are called Rafalski reaction. It's a name reaction. What will happen here? So you know that. So this zinc, initially there will be a bond with halo. That means that means there will be a new bond formation between this carbon and zinc, and then Br. So what will happen now? Now I think you know that bromo CH2CO2 He. Now the bromo position is a living group. It won't attack. But in presence of zinc, there will be a new bond formation between the zinc and carbon. And later stage, Br will form a bond with the zinc. So that because of the presence of this organometallic nature, so this carbon attains a nucleophilic nature, and that will attack this carbon, and this picks up a proton. Okay, that is how a nucleophilic substitution reaction, more particularly carbon-carbon new bond, is formed between this carbon and this carbon. So a compound intermediate is obtained like this. So at this stage, when it is treated with phosphorus tribromide, phosphorus tribromide means it's a halogenating agent. So it will halogenate a hydroxy group to Br. So that means this compound, when it is treated with the phosphorus tribromide, of course, there will be a removal of hydroxy group. So in place of hydroxy, Br is formed a bond. So that means halogen is obtained. So this on heating, okay, just by heating, what will happen? you know that dehydrohalogenation. So one proton from here. So proton and this OH, the proton and Br will go out as a HBr, and that bond pair is coming over, and this will go out. So that is how. So this process is called bromination, followed by heating with the base. Okay, that means bromination followed by dehydrohalogenation. So thereby leads to the formation of a double bond like this. So then what will happen? So this might, I think you know that, okay. So before what I here, a catalytic hydrogenation. So hydrogen is added to double bond. So that means a double bond is converted into single bond. And this reaction is carried out in presence of a catalyst called platinum. Platinum is the costliest material. The cost of the platinum increases because of the use of platinum in organic synthesis as a catalyst. So that is the reason the platinum cost is more. Okay, of course, other kind of application is also there, but this is also a major consumption. Platinum is also, it's not a consumption, it is used in industry as a catalyst. Okay, so then what will happen? This H2 will add to double bond, forming a saturated one. And here one more what is called as a ketone formation. Okay, it's, you can observe that a dicarboxylic acid, this is one carboxylic acid, this is another carboxylic acid. So what will happen here? I think okay, so I'm having this before going for this step. So just look into this example. So what is there here? A carboxylic acid, more particularly alpha hydrogen containing carboxylic acid. So this, if you are taking a 2 molecule of this alpha carboxylic acid with barium, it will form a salt like this. So afterwards, what will happen? So you know that this bond pair can come over here, and this bond pair. Okay, this bond pair will form a new bond with this carbon, and this also will go out. So what? So here, what is the leaving group? The leaving group is barium carbonate. So barium carbonate is the leaving group, and thereby it leads to a formation of a ketone. So more particularly, one carbon less ketone is formed. Okay, this is a name reaction. So similarly here, what will happen? There will be a carbon dioxide is going out, and there will be a new bond formation between this carbon and this carbonyl group, OH and H. Okay, water is going out. So that's what I have mentioned. So this is happening in presence of the metallic salts. Okay, so a dicarboxylic acid, when it is treated with a metallic salt, it form a metal carbonates, and that carbonate leads to the decarboxylation and forming a ketone having one carbon atom less. So this is another application. So that is how a ketone is obtained. So this obtained ketone, when it is treated with the a compound called sodium in presence of methyl iodide. Here the sodium will act as a source of base, not the reduction. So here sodium will act as only the base. So that means what it means, you know that this proton, this carbon is alpha carbon, and this proton is called enolic proton. Why? Because it will be involved in a conjugate acid base. That means the proton bonded pair can come over here, and this bond pair can pick up a proton, enolate formation. So this proton is acidic that can be captured by the base. And once there is a formation of anion, that anion attacks a electrophile called methyl iodide. So if we are taking the more quantity, means 2 equivalent of methyl iodide, so then there will be a formation of 2 methyl group uh, to the alpha carbon. So this is how the phenone is synthesized, starting with a cyclopentanone analog. Okay, so this is about synthesis of phenone. And phenone, it is found in oil of phenol. So with this, I will go to the next slide. Okay, this is, I think, this is one note you need to remember. And then the next one is beta edesmal. So beta edesmal, it is found in eucalyptus oil. So of course, a very big eucalyptus plant